So for the ornament trees, we are upstairs in my craft room / attic, and we're on the floor because these guys are kind of tall and cumbersome, and my husband keeps teasing me all week. He kept saying these look like gnome hats, which I guess they kind of do. I got these pretty cheap on Amazon. Joann's has cones as well, not the 24-inch ones, at least not the one in my neighborhood. I want something big for my urns out front. You could do small ones. You could also do indoor ones versus outdoor. But we're going to do these for the outside, for the 2 urns flanking my stairs. Here's what else you're going to need. Ornaments. These are cheapy dollar store ornaments. They're plastic. I prefer plastic for the outside because they're a little bit more durable than any other material. I also have dowel rods, and we're going to need those to make sure that these trees stay nicely inside the urns. I also have a hot glue gun plugged in currently, so it's heating up and it will be ready to go shortly. And then you're going to need some embellishments, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Just have ribbon on hand, and this is my this is my craft room, so I don't know. I'm sure I've got some good stuff in there somewhere. Beads, ribbon, stuff, you name it. So, I'm going to start by taking off the tops of the ornaments. See, I'm taking these off of those. So you got to do that to all the ornaments because we want just that to help adhere into the styrofoam. So, dowel rods. Important because we're going to be shoving this thing into a topiary of dirt. And I want it to stay. So, kind of just push it in, not all the way, but enough, because the rest of this is going to go into the dirt. And all you're doing is just prepping it. You can take it out and make sure they're handy, and you've got your hole. And do that with the second one. And set aside your dowel rods for when you put these lovelies outside. So the next thing you're going to do is get a sense of how you're going to put these ornaments in. I've got these bigger ones I'm going to put along the bottom, and you're going to shove them in with this inside. And you're going to put a little dab of hot glue. And you're going to kind of build and build and build and build and build. So let me get my glue gun. Alright, so little dot of glue. And it goes. Now, we know we're going to have some issues because you're going to see green in between. So, I'm going to fill it with some beading or something. Not sure yet what. Playing this one by ear. Actually, go with the burnished. Right along the top. And it goes. So just continue on, starting at the bottom and working your way up. When you get to about here is where I'm going to want to use the smaller ones. So you can see, we got it all the way around. I'm finding that it's easier to push this in, make a hole, pull it out, put the glue in, put it back in. Because I think the hot glue, this is very, you get ornaments from the dollar store and they're really cheap and they're plastic, and I think some of the hot glue is melting a little bit of the plastic, so it's harder just to push right in. So definitely make your hole first, and I think that you'll be better off. So continue upward, and we'll go from there. So 2/3 of the way up, you're going to start to use these smaller ornaments. The trick with these are, can't take the tops off of these. I tried. They're kind of set in there. So you're going to have to use these, and luckily there's a nice pointy point, so you'll be able to make your hole and then glue it and put it back in. So same technique as these other ones, you're just not going to be able to take the tops off, unless your dollar store has little guys that the tops come off. Evidently, the dollar store by my house does not have little guys. So make your hole, get your glue gun, give it a nice generous squeeze of hot glue, and plop it back in there. Hold it. So you're going to keep going with the little ones all the way up to the top. And then we're going to do something to fill in all this, like, these empty spaces. So we've gotten to the top, and I even stuck one on the tippy top. But now we've got all these green spaces. So what I picked up at the dollar store was some glitter glue. And there's silver and gold, and I think what I'm going to do is take a brush and dip it and kind of paint some glitter glue. I kind of already started right there, I don't know if you can tell, but it kind of starts to blend with all of these ornaments. So I'm going to take a brush, paint in all the green with, you know, alternating silver and gold, and we should be good to go. Now this is, I'm going to put this out for New Year's, although you can certainly put it out for Christmas. New Year's is a few days away, so another festive thing you could do is wrap sparkly star garland all along the, you know, from the bottom to the top, or you can do battery operated twinkly lights and wrap the twinkly lights through the top, just to make things look kind of glam and festive for like holiday or New Year's, which is kind of what my new goal is for these, because they just look so sparkly. And we have guests coming over for New Year's. So I'm going to grab a brush and get to it. So after putting some glitter glue in between all the ornaments, I glued some ribbon to the top and wrapped it around. And I did another one. And so I'm all set to put them outside. I'm going to grab my dowel rods, because remember we have holes at the bottom, and we're going to stick them in our urns. Now, in hindsight, the glitter glue is nice, but you still see a little bit of green. So what I would recommend to you, if I were to do this over again, is I would take some spray paint and spray your cones the color of whatever your ornaments are. So, if I had some forethought, instead of just diving in like I usually do, I would have spray painted these gold or silver, let them dry, and then continued to, you know, pluck these in and glue them in, large to small. And then you would have more of a unicolor, like monochromatic color back there. But either way, they'll shimmer and they'll shine on New Year's Eve. I decided not to use the little twinkly lights, but you certainly can. I didn't get the battery operated ones, and the electrical is just going to be too complicated for my husband to do, so we'll just keep it simple. So let's get them outside. There they are! Let's take a look at them close up. So they were super easy to just pop in to the dirt because of that dowel rod. They're super bright and glimmery, and they're going to look great for New Year's Eve. And if I could have coordinated some electric outlets down here, I would have certainly put some lights on them. Ta-da! Now let's ring in the new year.